Hello, it's Nathan Sykes. Massive thank you to the most requested live listeners who have been bugging Romeo to have me back on the show. I really, really appreciate it. And apparently we have some amazing questions in here that I'm going to sit and answer. So thank you to Romeo and to everyone who supports me for sending in all these Ask Anything questions for me to answer. So without further ado, let's start. I feel like a newsreader. So the first question is from Crystal from Cold Spring. Is there a song that you go emotional right, or you got emotional writing, or get emotional performing? Yes, there's a song on the album called "I Can't Be Mad," which I wrote with Babyface, which is a very emotional song. It's me at my most vulnerable, I think, and that was a really amazing day because I really let down any barriers for the first time and really just wrote very emotionally from the heart. And it's just a beautiful, haunting piano ballad. And I really can't wait for you guys to hear the full version. It's a very special song, and I think it's going to be very emotional performing that live because I wrote that about when I was in quite a dark place. So yeah, maybe that's going to be a tough one to perform live, but I think in a good emotional way. I always get emotional kind of performing over and over again when I hear people singing the words back to me. It's just me, a piano, and everyone else, which is really sweet. It's cute when I see couples getting all lovey. It's adorable, right? Oh. So yeah, those two. Next question is from Sophia from Grosse Point. Who is your fashion icon and why? Good question. My fashion icon. I think for most men it's David Beckham, really, isn't it? He's got to be. He's just the most effortlessly cool person I've ever come across in my entire life. And it obviously dresses impeccably. Impeccably. No? Awful. No? Anyone? Any takers? Just me. So yeah, I think obviously David Beckham's a legend and a style icon for most and practically all. Yeah. Next question is from Penny from Greenville. What would you say is the best advice given to you by a musical peer, and who said it? Well, Penny, I would say there has to be. I've got a squeaky chair. I'd say that wasn't the advice. Enjoy a squeaky chair. The advice would be, when writing a song, always ask why you're saying it. And that was from Babyface, and that was just the best advice and very simple advice. But when you're writing, especially an emotional song, you can't have words in there that are filling holes. Everything you're saying has got to come from the heart, and there must be a story behind every single lyric that you write. Otherwise, the songs aren't going to really express your emotions. And it was just amazing advice, and really, really helped me write some of the most emotional songs on the album. The next question is from Elizabeth from Edenton, or Edenton. Edenton? Let's go with Edenton. What's your favourite lyric off your new album and why? I love you. I love you too, Elizabeth. And my favourite lyric is, won't pretend to be somebody I'm not, from track 1, which is Good Things Come to Those Who Wait. And I say that because I think when I was creating a solo record, especially at the start, I was looking at what everyone else is doing. I'm like, oh, what's so-and-so doing? Or what's being played on radio? And I was like, you know what? I've just got to be myself. And that lyric really stuck with me when writing the rest of the album. Because Good Things Come to Those Who Wait was towards the start of the writing process, and that really helped me stay true to who I am as an artist and express myself as an artist, and not worry about what everyone else is doing, and just kind of focus on what's good for the song and what's good for me. And yeah. The next question is from Leslie from Reading. Do you plan on touring after you release Unfinished Business? Yes, I do. We've just started the touring conversation now, and we're looking at a few very exciting things. So there'll be more on that soon. I know you guys hate the word soon, but sorry. Next question is from Rebecca from Mountain View. You can view a mountain from there, I'm assuming. Who would you want to play in a movie about your life? I'm not sure. I'm not sure they would have broken yet, because if there's going to be a movie about my life, it would be when I'm old. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't think like the main part of the story's happened yet, which is exciting. So I don't think it would be an actor that is currently acting. Next question is from Francis from Jacksonville. Which song of Unfinished Business will be most vocally demanding to sing live? Francis, have you listened to my set? They're all vocally demanding. I think when writing the album, I was very much testing myself vocally on every single song, but I kind of forgot that I would be singing them live at some point. So every single song is incredibly hard to sing live, but really fun. I love really tricky songs. I get bored if they're like really easy. So I think they're all really tough. Album 2 is going to be like the easiest thing to sing on the planet. I'm joking, but I like to test myself vocally and challenge myself every day, and that's why every song is a really tough song to sing. Yasmin from Rio. Brazilian or American girls? I can't choose. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. I think I wouldn't necessarily look to where somebody is from as to whether I find them attractive or not. If I find someone attractive as a person and as a human being, I just think, yeah. Michaela from Harrisburg asks, what's one moment in your career that you would like to live through again? I got to play Wembley Stadium this year, and I loved every single second. It was my 7th time performing at Wembley Stadium, and I was very relaxed for the first time because I was just very at home on stage, and I've got more confident as a performer with every performance that I do, and I loved it. How do you feel when you hear yourself singing on a video? That's from Sophia from Mexico. I'm very critical of myself. So I'll be like, oh, that bit's good. I'll be like, oh, I didn't like that bit. So I'm always very critical, and I always want to keep on improving. So that's why I'm quite critical. But I'll hear stuff that people won't hear, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't really like that bit. And they'll be like, what do you mean? It was great. I'll be like, yeah, but I can do that better. Yeah. Melody from To pay. Yeah. Geography skills, 0. Asks, how long does it take you to shower? Well, it depends if I'm writing a song. I write a lot of songs in the shower. I wrote 2 songs. The two songs I do. There's 2 songs on the album actually started in a shower. Famous started in the shower, and Money started in the shower. And I've still got voice notes where you can hear the shower in the background because I was leaning out the shower singing into my voice notes, and that's quite a reoccurring theme. So how long does it take you to shower? You know, just a normal shower time, I suppose. Depends how long I've got. If I wake up really late and I'm like, then yeah, but if not, I love a good shower. Thanks for that question, Melody. Virginia from Mexico asks, why are you so handsome? Oh, thank you. That's very complimentary. Thank you, making me blush. I think, I don't know, I never look at myself and I feel like I'm handsome. I'd never do that because that's just ridiculous. Yeah, I get quite shy when people say nice things about my looks. But if you're going to say, why am I so handsome? Probably because I have genetics from my mum and she's wonderful. That's a nice thing to say, and she's going to love that. Oh. Danielle from Indianapolis asks, when was the last time you did something for the first time? It's always one. It's always last night, or by the time you guys see it, it'll be like the other night. I went to the VMAs as a solo artist, and that was for the first time, which was really cool. It was my first American award show as a solo artist. So I was doing like the red carpet or the white carpet, and it's like kind of stood there with like all the photographers and stuff and all the interviews, and I was doing it all myself for the first time. So it's really cool. I loved it. Good question though. Crystal from Lenoir. Yeah? Lenoir. Would you ever do an album of all covers? Well, I do love a cover. I do love doing covers. But I also love songwriting. And I think the covers would be kept to live moments. You never know though. You never know potentially. I do love a good cover though. But no, I really do love songwriting, and that's something that I take a lot of pride in, especially now as a solo artist. So that's, yeah. So probably not. But maybe, you never know. What's the weirdest dream you've had? From Navitha, from Delhi. I would say the weirdest dream, I had a really large cheese pizza the other night and then had really strange dreams. And I started to write them down. I'm not going to read them out. I don't know, always like when I wake up with like big anxiety when I've had a strange dream and I'm like, oh, this is odd. Probably just being chased. That's strange. For falling. Yeah, doesn't that mean something? I don't know. So yeah, maybe those. They always scare me. And like when your friends turn up weirdly, and then when they're not there, which I think kind of translates into me being worried that I'd lose my friends because I never replied to anyone's texts, and they all get fed up with me. So maybe that's like a mental thing that I need to address. No, I could be like a dream therapist if the singing thing doesn't happen. It could be like, do you know what I mean? Like when your friends are there and then you turn around and then you turn back around, they've all gone. Maybe that's like, yeah. Sadia from Cairo says, when will the Wanted get back together? Well, Sadia, stop being so impatient for a start. We did say we're going to take a break. And we are all very much working hard individually, but obviously I think all of us very much enjoyed our time in the band. And whilst we don't know when we will reunite, I think it's important to support each other individually. So I think with this question, I'm kind of fed up of being asked that question, if I'm completely honest, because it's like I've worked so hard on this solo music that I've spent the last 2 years working on. So I think obviously still I've got a lot of love for The Wanted and all the music that we made together. I'm very excited about the solo music that I've created and look forward to people hearing. And I hope you're one of those people as well, Sadia. So yeah, Katie from the UK asks, if you could be anyone for a day, who'd you be and why, and what would you do? Good, solid question. Well, I think I'd be Beyonce. I would be Beyonce for a day, and I'd do the VMA performance that she did last night, or the other night when you guys see this, because it was phenomenal, and I was completely mind blown. It was just amazing. So, Angelina from Seattle, what's your most memorable moment when writing Unfinished Business? I think that's gonna be writing Famous, because we rewrote it a couple of times. We kept on tweaking it to make sure it was like solid, and the song that it should be. So I was very proud of that when we finished that. Annie from Miami says, are you ticklish? If so, what are your 3 most ticklish spots? I'm not going to tell you what my 3 most ticklish spots are. But yes, I am ticklish. There was a very awkward moment. Someone tried to tickle my foot once. I ended up kicking them in the face. That was on a date as well, which was, really awkward. Straight on the chin. Accidentally. It wasn't intentional, obviously. Because that would be horrific if it was. Lauren Brengend says, have you been surprised by any of the reactions to the previews? No, I'm just very grateful and happy that everyone is enjoying them and loves them. And it's music that I'm very proud of and have taken a lot of time to create, and I'm very happy that everyone's liking it. Next is Brianna from New York saying, describe the album making process in 1 word. Journey. It was a journey. It was an emotional journey, and a journey that I'm very proud of. Next is Olivia from South Ozone. If you could have any current artist cover one of your songs. Oh, who would it be? Good question. Actually, you know what was really cool when I saw JoJo? She was singing Kiss Me Quick. And that was awesome. She's amazing. So, yeah, I listen to JoJo sing any of my songs because she's amazing. Gina from Chicago says, all of the songs we've heard so far from your debut album are so good. How do you choose what songs become singles? Well, thank you for the question, Gina. I would say, you know what? It's just what feels right, I think. Like Over and Over Again wasn't in the conversation to be a single, and I literally woke up one day and I was like, you know what? Over and Over Again's the next single. And it just felt like the right thing to do. So I think whatever feels right in my heart, and just have confidence in that, because I have confidence in all the songs individually. So just whatever feels right, I suppose. Next question is from Sasha from Vancouver. I know I'm waffling on, so I'm like going for it. Sasha from Vancouver asked, if you're on stage and if you get what town you're in, how do you figure it out? You know what? Fortunately, I've never had that. I always make sure it's like drilled into my mind where I am. And I think if I did ever forget, I just wouldn't say where I am, just out of safety, because you don't want to do that, because that's never a good moment. Jamie from Maryland says, what's your favourite pair of shoes? Well, currently, my favourite pair of shoes, I'm wearing them. Pull my hamstring. I'm wearing my white Arigato trainers, and they're so comfortable and they're so nice. So I'd say that's my current favorite pair of shoes. Easy for me to say. Natalie from Bayside says, what song describes your life right now? You know what, Natalie? I'm going to say track 1 of my debut album, Unfinished Business. And that's called Good Things Come to Those Who Wait. Because I've worked so hard for the last 2 years on this album. And I'm very proud of how it's turned out. And everyone's been so patient waiting for it. And have been amazing supporting me. And I'm so grateful for that. So I say good things come to those who wait, because everyone's been patient waiting for the album. And you can finally get it on November the 4th. And I've been patient, taking my time to create this album. And I really hope you guys enjoy it. Oh, and that's the last question. That's the last question. So thank you again to Romeo and Most Requested Live for having me on the big show tonight. I loved the questions that you guys sent in. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for your incredible support. And yeah, I'll see you soon.